Hello, hello, sir.
Yes, Manan. Tell me. Yes, Manan, tell me. We are waiting for other students for entire class to join. Tell me, Manan.
સર મારે છે ને અટેન્ડન્સમાં ઇસ્યુ આવે છે.
શું થયું?
થિયોરીની અટેન્ડન્સ હોય ને થિયોરીની અટેન્ડન્સ
હા.
એ મારા 75% જ દેખાડે છે ખાલી.
COA ની કેવી રીતે?
COA નહીં સર, થિયોરી લેબ અને થિયોરી બે હોય ને.
COE કે બીજા સબ્જેક્ટ નું કયો છો ને આપણા સબ્જેક્ટ નું?
તમારું જ કહું છું સર, તમારા સબ્જેક્ટ
હા
COA
હા હા
થિયોરી પોર્શનમાં 75% અટેન્ડન્સ બતાડે છે એમ.
એનરોલમેન્ટ નંબર તમે આખો લખો છો કે ખાલી ટૂંકમાં લખો છો?
અત્યારે લગી હું રોલ નંબર જ લખતો હતો સર. એનરોલમેન્ટ નંબર આવ્યો હોય ને થોડોક ટાઈમ થયો. આ મારો એનરોલમેન્ટ નંબર છે.
ઓકે, હું ચેક કરી જાઉં કોઈ એક વસ્તુ હોય તો, બટ અધરવાઇઝ અત્યારે કેટલી એટેન્ડન્સ છે તમારી?
75% થિયોરીમાં.
હું ચેક કરી જાઉં, કારણ કે એવું કઈક નંબર કદાચ નો મારામાં ડિસ્પ્લે થતો હોય ને એવું કશું હોય કે નહીં. હું 1 મિનિટ છે, ચાલુ રાખજો.
રોલ નંબર હોય ને રોલ નંબર તમે એમ ઇગ્નોર કરતા હોય એવું હોય શકે.
1 મિનિટ, લેટ મી ચેક.
ઓકે ઓકે સર.
આજે 3 ફેબ્રુઆરી ને attendance 2000570 116501 નહીં છે જ આમાં. હું કરતો જઉં છું, કદાચ છે તમારો નંબર તો બતાવે છે હવે. હા, એ નંબર આખું બતાવે છે મને. હમણાં જ આવ્યો કે પેલા પણ હતો? આ ક્યારે આવ્યો નંબર?
આજે પેલો મોકલો ને એનરોલમેન્ટ નંબર.
હા,
એ લાસ્ટ વીકમાં આવ્યો છે.
એટલે મને અત્યારે બતાવે છે. તો કદાચ લાસ્ટ વીક થી આવ્યો હશે ને પેલા કંઈક આમાં શું નંબર બતાવતો હોય એની પૂરતો હોય, એના સિવાયનું કઈ બહાર આવતું હોય તો ખબર નહીં. છતાં હું હાલ ચેક કરી લઈશ મારા જૂના રેકોર્ડમાં કે શું છે, એ પ્રમાણે હું તમને કહું.
નંબર મોકલો સર 20011611010.
હા, હું ચેક કરી લઉં. ચાલો ને શું છે આમાં કહું તમને.
કારણ કે ઓલરેડી ઓલ ઓવર 75% દેખાડે. વળી ખાલી
20011611010. આ પેલાનો નંબર છે ને તમારો રોલ નંબર?
હા, રોલ નંબર.
હવે એ રોલ નંબર છે ને, હું તને કહું 1 મિનિટ હો. એ રીતનો જે તારો આ નંબર છે ને 200 અને 1116010, એ રીતનો નંબર કોઈના નથી બતાવતા. મારે આજે તે પહેલા નંબર જે તારો એનરોલમેન્ટ નંબર બતાવ્યો ને એ જ મને બતાવે છે સીધો.
કારણ કે લાસ્ટ વીક ની અંદર ચેક
કર્યો. એટલે આ જે તે એની પહેલાનો નંબર હોય ને એવો કોઈ નંબર કોઈ છોકરાનો મારામાં ડિસ્પ્લે નથી. એટલે મારામાં બતાવતો ન હોય તો એટેન્ડન્સ કેવી રીતે મારે પૂરવી? એટલે એવું કદાચ હોય છે. હું છતાંય ચેક કરી લઉં કે શું થાય છે, તે પ્રમાણે આપણે કંઈક કરીએ. બરોબર, ડોન્ટ વરી.
કારણ કે અટેન્ડ કર્યા છે મેં ક્લાસ એટલે.
હા, એટલે હું જોઈ લઈશ. પણ તે પહેલા નંબર, આ બીજો નંબર આપ્યો ને એ મારે બતાવતો જ નથી એ રીતનો નંબર. સમજ્યા?
ઇન્ફોર્મેશન માટે કે પહેલા હું આ નંબર અટેન્ડન્સ પુરાવતો, હવે આ નંબર થી પુરાવું છું.
ઓકે, હવે આ નવો અપડેટેડ નંબર વાપરજો. બરોબર.
ઓકે સર. થેન્ક યુ સર.
Okay. Yeah, so we will start. Let me share my screen first. So in the last lecture, or I can say yesterday, we have kind of discussed related to some of the stuff of copy and paste, and I have also done some of the program in front of you regarding the copy some number and paste it somewhere else, as well as we have discussed about the clear some number, and we have taken the example of recycle being, and we have designed the program for that also. So that arithmetic and logical related stuff, that assembly language program we have already discussed. Okay. Now coming back, kind of the forward from that particular topic, that we will go with the another topic. So this logical operation we have discussed. This yeah. So this is a number to copy. Number to that I can say copy, make that this location into clear. So I can say you can say recycle bin related function or delete function, that we have discussed. Okay. Now next topic for the discussion we have, which is input output programming. Okay. So in this chapter we are going with the different type of assembly program. Okay, the assembly level program or in input output. We have discussed in second chapter related to different codes or different type of the instruction codes, or we can say mnemonics, which is memory reference, non-memory reference, input output. So now how we use those mnemonics for designing our assembly level program, that we are using in this chapter. Okay. So under the input output programming, we can say there are a first basic stuff is there, which is input output program are needed for writing the symbols to computer memory and printing symbols from the memory. Okay. So meaning of that, like consider that there are some external devices is connected with them, and whatever the symbols are going to be used, or it's dedicated for those external device, we need to just write those symbol to computer's memory, as well as from the memory printing the symbols from our memory. You can take a simple example of that. You are connecting the keyboard, you are printing some paper. So you can say whatever the external device like keyboard. So with respect to keyboard, there are several, I can say, there are several numbers are there in your keypad. Okay, starting in alphanumeric code, special character, small ABCD, capital ABCD, enter, space. There are several stuff you can observe in your keypad. So whenever you press those number, how your computer will just register those number in your memory, how they will get the idea that which particular key has been pressed. So first of all, that we need to, that is considered as an input type of this stuff, or input, I can say, entry via this computer, via this keypad to our computer memory. Similar type of this stuff, that whatever the memory has consumed, or we can say whatever the memory location has stored, any document or any particular information, if we print those information with some printer, then we can say that are the output level process. Okay, so we will see one program, and from that we will automatically get idea that what is input output programming we have. Okay, so program is there. Write an assembly language program to take a character as an input and output it. Simple, what you need to take? You need to take as a character as an input, and you need to make them output. आपको कैरेक्टर लेना है और वही आपको आउटपुट में दिखाना है. Likewise, there is a simple program we can say. So what it will this stuff like, there are a label is there. Let me take a laser pointer over here. So I can say there are an input flag, which is a CIF, SKI, while there is a BUN. Okay, bunch. Why this BUN we are using? To call that interrupt routine, or to, we can say, branch to check again. Okay, if the flag is going to be 0, then you need to go to branch and check again whether there is a input output flag is there or not. Okay, if flag is going to be 1, then you need to take as an input character. That input is a one register, like we can say address register, data register. So INP, that's an input flag. So flag equal to 1, input character, out print character, store that character. Now where you need to store the character? At the character label, which is our character memory location mentioned over here. So what is the stuff? First of all, we can kind of relate over here. There is a 7-line code is over here, which is saying several stuff like check the input flag. And if we can say, if flag is going to be 0, then again you need to go and check if that flag is going to be on, then it is just skip this second step and it's going to be the next one. What is the meaning of that? Let me just take a pen and I will check over here. Okay, so there is a SKI, there is a skip if the input flag is there. That's the meaning of SKI. Skip if the input flag is on, I can say. So when the input flag is going to be on? Whenever you will give some data from your keypad. Over here, right now I can say, this is the program is going to be running right now. Okay, this is a presentation running right now. Now, if I want to interrupt this program, if I want to just get back into the original slide, or we can say get back to the non-presentation mode, so what I need to press? I need to press the escape. So let's say when I press the escape, so we can say there are some pop-up has been created over here. Okay, so why this pop-up is going to be created? First of all, because from right now keypad is already on, my mouse is already on, this program is already going to be working in a presentation mode. But as I have pressed the escape, so I have get some input from my keypad. So I can say that input flag is getting on. That right now there are some number is there, there are some input instruction is there which is interrupting your regular program. So whenever I press the next button, what it will get idea that you need to display the another number. When I press the back, then it will get the idea you need to take the decision. So whenever I'm pressing this button, next or back or anything, so the system is getting some stuff that right now there are some key has been pressed, and according to that key you need to take a decision. But what is the decision over here as for our program, which is a simple one, like whenever input came, whatever the character it is give you in the system, you need to just make it as output. Okay, whatever the meaning of the output, whatever the output device connected, that is we are not bother about here. But simply just see this particular, I can say this branching. So whenever there are input flag is going to on, then you need to skip the next instruction. So if this is going to be skipped, then what is the next instruction is what? Directly it is come to the take the input character, print the output character, and whatever the character you have print, just you can store at some location. These three instructions get executed and then your program has been stopped. Okay, so we can say this is a stuff like until and unless jab tak ye flag nahi on hoga, we can say up to the point your input flag is not going to be on. Meanwhile, this branch is going to be rotating and continuous. Like it's go over here. If flag is not 0, again it will come over here. Go back, again over here. Go back, again over here. Likewise, this loop is continuously rotating. But if that flag is going to be on, then directly it is jump the next line and it is go to the line number 3. Okay, so this is the meaning of this one. CIF, skip if input flag. If it is a skip, then it will skip the next line and directly jump into the input flag like this. Okay, so there is a simple. Whenever flag came, it will take that particular character, make it output, make it as an output port, and that character also going to be stored at the memory location. Simple stuff. We can say there are output stuff. So when we can say regarding the program, what we can say, we will talk about the output character, output of the character also. So we can say LDA, CHR, whatever the character is mentioned over here in the CHR, which is going to be loaded over here, and it is checked back. Okay, until and unless output flag is not going to be on. So same thing is there. Whatever the character you have taken over here in your accumulator, it will wait for the output flag. Okay, if the output flag came, check the output flag. If output flag on, then it will skip the next line and it will make it as output. Otherwise, if output flag not came, then it will go over here, check output flag is 0, then again come over here. Then again it will go over here, then again check output flag is 0, again it will go over. So this loop is going to be continuously rotating. But once your output device is ready and output flag is getting on, then directly it will skip this next line, it will skip this line and directly jump to the 4th line and it will make your character output in the output terminal. We can say in the output register, it will give that number. Okay, so this is the overall stuff. Like for the input character, you need to do this such type of the branching or such type of the looping. But for the output character, such type of the stuff we have. Now you can relate with our second chapter discussion. I have just explained on the second chapter. Let me just give you a little bit brief on that. In second chapter, we have discussed regarding the interrupt. If you have heard about that, if interrupt came, then it will wait. Then it is going to wait whether your output flag is on, whether your input flag is on, and if input flag is on, then you need to take an input character. If your output flag is on, then you need to give your accumulator data into the output register. And if both is going to be 0, then again you need to go with your regular routine. So we can say how whenever the interrupt came, whenever the interrupt is going to be came, it is going to check, okay, whether the output device is ready. Okay, and if it is ready, then those particular program is going to be executed. So we can give the practical example over here for input character, output character. I can say that whenever there are some dialog boxes there, whenever I press something escape, if I press escape over here, so now this particular dialog box required my attention. I can press anything over here, or next, so it is just moving this selection from keep, discard, but until and unless if I'm not pressing the enter, it is not going to be removed. Or again, I need to press the escape, or I need to press the enter or anything. So what is the meaning of that? Once your interrupt has been gained, then it is wait for that. Whether your input device is ready, whether your output device is ready. You can take another example like whenever you're going for the printing, whenever you are printing some pages like 25, 30 or 40 pages. When you give the control P on document, you have just clicked the enter, then there are some processes going to be taken place. Like this is some processes going to be this done, and during that process, whatever your document is there, the document is going to be put in your printer cache memory. Let's say printer having a 2 MB of cache memory, and your file of the PDF or any JPG file, if it is there is a size of 1 MB. So what it will do? First, that your computer will send this entire file into the printer cache memory, and then after it will start the printing process. So you can say during that process, what going to be happen? You cannot just scroll down those document and anything. You need to just wait until that printing process is going to be over. Okay, once that going to be over, you again come back to your main kind of the program or main stuff. Okay, so this is type of the example you need to keep in mind to remember that what is this input output programming, why this loop is required and all stuff. Okay, next we have I have forgot to ask, anybody having any question right now? Yeah, somebody has raised the hand. Please ask the question, Arman Ali.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Service time or output will be flag 0 or flag 1. Output flag.
Can you repeat it again? Like in which condition output and input flag is going to be 0? That's the question.
0 or 1. Yes, sir.
Okay. So Arman, whenever yes. Tell me. Complete your question.
Sir, which time which input will give input instruction?
Okay. Like which instruction you can say? Input and output flag. Yes, that's Udit Rajesh says that correctly. There are a separate IO registers are there, as well as there are a separate register which is available for the input output condition. Like in chapter 2, we have instruction register, we have accumulator, as well as we have data register, as well as we have INP and out. Such type of the input output registers are there, which was separately going to handle in your system. Okay, so first of all, there are a separate memory, separate registers are there for our particular processor or any controller. Okay, second thing, when this flag and all the stuff is going to be on and off, okay, it is first of all going to on and off when actually you need to first introduce the interrupt in your system. introduce the interrupt in the system, it means there are a regular program is going to be running on, but you are adding the input device to them. I have also given one example previously, that let's consider you have just connected the USB drive of your, or you have connected the USB cable of your we can say mouse or your. Yes, Vaibhav, you are adding something. Vaibhav, Vaibhav, your mic is on. Do you want to ask anything? Vaibhav, Vaibhav is this busy. Okay, Vaibhav, I have just muted him. Yes, Armanali, coming back to your question, like whenever it's your input, if you have observed that whenever the new device you will connect with your computer, so there are some software installation process is going to be running on. Like if you have like this device is ready to use, such type of the pop-up is going to be available in your system. So you relate with that, like whenever this pop-up is going to be available, it says like that your device is ready to use. So when it will give that ready to use, like you have connected that your keyboard with your computer. So keyboard is also having some memory. Keyboard is also having their own chip. And on that chip, it is registered all the numbers with related to each and every key has been connected. Okay. जो भी कीपैड में जो भी कीज कनेक्टेड होती है उसका कुछ ना कुछ आइडेंटिफिकेशन होता है. So whenever you are pressing those particular key, at that time that hex code is going to be given to them. अभी आप ऐसा कंसीडर करो कि भाई मैं कीबोर्ड से कुछ इंस्ट्रक्शन दूं, तो पहले जो भी रेगुलर प्रोग्राम चल रहा है उसमें it is taking something hold and it will go to that position. Like you can say whenever you just rolling your mouse and there are some processes going to be running on, and when you are just going mouse and click somewhere else, so that is considered as like there are interrupt you have generated, that whatever the regular processing you are doing, first entertain about this clicking of that particular mouse. Okay, abhi ye video recording chal raha hai, when I will press this particular stuff and I will click over there, so what it will get, it will take the decision like now there are interrupt from the mouse came and it is saying about to just close this window. Okay, so according to that, their graphics, their video is going to be processed accordingly. So we can say your mouse is, you can say like an interrupt. So whenever this button or that click has been given to your system, there are some flag is related to that. Input flag is going to be there, which is get enabled, and whatever the decision you need to take from that click, it is going to execute it. Then it is again go back to your original program. Okay, so when this flag is going to be on and off, whenever you are giving some inputs from your from your input or output device. Okay, similar type of this stuff, you can say like that once this process is going to be over, automatically printing need to be started. So what it will do, after ending that process, automatically output interrupt is getting called, your printer is getting ready and print is going to be started. So we can say there are output devices are there, and at that time output flag is going to on and your printing is going to be take place. Are you getting my point, or this is the same question that when input and output flag is going to be on and off? Arman? Or still any other question? Please discuss with me if I'm not clear with your question. A simple processor has we can say 246 separate operation. Do we need to remember all of them? I will say that I don't remember any of the function. Why you need to remember? Why you need to remember? You got anything like some of this stuff. Like you can say, if I 8085, there are several 250 or 350 instruction, different stuff are there, and we need to remember all the things. It doesn't require. If I'll say I want to do the programming in 8085. So what are the major kind of the instruction that I'm using? If you have observed, First of all, there are some hold is there. There are some MVI instruction is there. LDA is there. STA is going to be there. So whatever those basic program, basic functions like ADD, ADC, SUB, SBB. So these are the main program, or we can say there are a main instruction are there. If you remember them, that's the enough for doing any particular task. Okay, so that's example, like whenever you are reading something, whenever you are reading this particular subject, let's take example, and if there are some question is there related to branch. Okay, so in branch, whatever the extra 1 or 2 instruction are there, that all you need to remember. You need not go to each and every instruction which is written in 8085 and you need to remember all of them, mug up all of them, and you need to include in your kind of study. No, whenever you require इंस्ट्रक्शन फॉर स्पेसिफिक प्रोग्राम, लाइक आप स्टडी कर रहे हो ब्रांच का, आप स्टडी कर रहे हो सब रूटीन का, तो सब रूटीन को कॉल करने के लिए क्या चीज चाहिए, स्कीप इफ जीरो, स्कीप, सो वही इंस्ट्रक्शन याद रखो. पूरा का पूरा सब इंस्ट्रक्शन याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है. ओके, इट्स डिपेंड अपॉन द रिक्वायरमेंट व्हेन यू हैव. जस्ट अ सेकंड. Okay, so this is our overall stuff we have. Anybody having any other questions? Please tell me if you have. Okay, let me will go back to our presentation and the start. So next we have kind of the another GTU question asked in May 2019 also, November 2018 also, 7 marks. Write an assembly language program to multiply 2 positive numbers. Okay. So now you know that like how the multiplication is going to be take place. You have designed one practice question already I have given to you. Okay, in our one of the lecture and one of the class we have done this multiplication process. So but before going to write an assembly language program for multiplication, first we need to understand that how the multiplication is going to be processed. Just a second. Yes, okay. Sorry for the interruption. Yeah. So let me just do this thing. Let me go to that multiplication process. Yes. So you all know that this multiplication process, how this multiplication process is going to be taken care. Okay. So you can take the example. Let's take you multiply 13 by 11. 13 multiply by 11. You are multiplying over here. Okay. And for that, let's take you have convert this 13 into the 8-bit of number. Okay, 11 also you have converted into the 8-bit of number, so you can say 13 will be 1101, 11 will be 1011. Okay, and it's a 8-bit. Okay, so that's why we are adding the extra 0 padding over here. So this multiplication already you know, so this is just a brief about that. Now what you need to do, you need to take this first number 1. Okay, if you can take a first number 1, this one, and if you multiply it with the all the above numbers, so I can say the same sequence is going to be reflected over here, because that multiplication with the 1 which is a as it is result, I can say. Okay, then what you need to do, you need to shift 1 bit left. You need to shift one bit left, and you need to paste it 0 over here. You can say I'm just putting extra 0 over here. And now what you need to do, you need to multiply the above number with this 1. So again, I will take the same number. So it's going to be 1 0 1 1 0 0 0 0, same number as the above. Okay. Again, in the next character, what you need to do, you need to shift again 1. So there are a 2 0 extra going to be padding over here. But now you need to multiply your number with the 0. So if you multiply your number with the 0, so you can say all the 8-bit becomes 0. So I will write 0 0 0 0 0 0 8 times. Simple. Again, I will go back to the 4th position. So I need to again shift 1 bit left. So I need to put a 3 0 over here. Okay, and I can say then I need to multiply it with the 1. So I can say all the 0 0 0 0 and 1 1 0 1 will be as it is. So that's the same thing, 0 0 0 0 1 1 0 1. Is it okay? Now simply you need to add all this digit. So 1 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0, addition 1, 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 1, 1 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1. So it's a 3. So 3 is going to be 1 and carry is going to be again 1 over here. Likewise 1 plus 0 plus 1. So it's 2. 0 0. So I can say 0 over here, 1 carry. Then again 1 plus this 1 0, 1 carry. Then 1 plus 1 0 and then 1 carry, and like this one. So I can say overall, if I forget this last 3 digit, then I can say overall in 8 digit, what is my answer? Which is going to be like this one. And if you just convert this binary number into the decimal, so you can get this answer is going to be 143. Okay. Now this is a process of doing a multiplication. Okay. And we will check how that description of the multiplication is going to be available. So there are some of the stuff which is mentioned over here, like multiplication process consists of checking the bits of multiplier y. Okay. Adding the multiplicand's x as many times as there are ones in the y. X value is shifted left from one line to the next each time. P is a memory location to store the partial result. P is going to be 0 initially. X will be added to P for each multiplication, and if there are multiplier is equal to 1. The value of the X is shifted left after checking each bit of the multiplier, and final value is stored in the P. So same thing is going to be shared over here. Like you can say, you need to first of all consider that what is a multiplier digit is there. If it is 1, then you need to whatever the result is going to be there, it is going to be stored in the temporary number X, you can say. Okay. Then what you need to do, you need to just shift your, okay, you need to just whatever the temporary number you have, then you need to check after shifting the 1 bit, what is a multiplier result is there, and whatever the multiplier result is there, you need to add it with the previous one. And if your multiplier is 0, then you need not to do anything. You need to just shift, because 0 adding with the previous number, same results are there. Okay. So these are the stuff. Like अगर 1 आता है, तो आपको जो number है उसको add करना है. और जैसे जैसे आप एक एक नंबर आगे आगे बढ़ते जाओ, तो आपको क्या करना है? You need to start shifting one by one, and you need to add with the previous number. Okay. So this is the overall process. Let's see in the assembly level program what is going to be done over here. So initially, which is a CTR is going to be -8, P is going to be 0, E is going to be 0, accumulator is going to be Y. Okay. Now it's a circulate ESC. Then whatever the results, accumulator is stored in the Y. Then if E is going to be 0, whatever the multiplier is 0, and if multiplier is going to be 1. So if it is going to be 0, then same number in accumulator. Otherwise you can say whenever there are a 1, sorry. Let me first of all do this overall stuff, and yes. we will go with this first of all program, otherwise it is going to be create lots of confusion over here. Okay, we will go with the stuff that this is the program, and I'm just preferring that it's going to be available or it's going to be displayed properly, each and every stuff. Okay, yeah. So there are an overall program we have, and the same program is mentioned over here. But let's see. First, it's origin 0. What it will do? It will clear the E, whatever that flag is there. Okay, flag is there, carry flag is there. We have used the CLE in previous, like when you shifting some number, then there are some flag is going to be affected. And if that number is going to be 1, then that flag is going to be on, otherwise it's going to be 0. So you will make it clear 0. Okay, initial you are setting that 0. You load the number Y. So where is the Y? Y is going to be over here. Hex 000B. Multiplier stored here. Then you are transfer multiplier bit to E. So you are circulate right. When you circulate it right, then you will get the idea that whatever the multiplier is there, that last digit, okay, like I can say simple like 0 1 0 1 है आपका, just for example. अगर आप उसको right shift करोगे तो आपको simply मिलेगा like 1 is going to be out. So if 1 is going to be out, then little bit some CL is going to be set. So you are ultimately check, okay, that transfer the multiplier bit into the E. So by doing the CIR, whatever the last bit is there is automatically shifted to CLE, or we can say shifted to E flag. Okay. Now what you will do, store the shifted multiplier. Whatever the shifted multiplier right now is there, 0 1 0. Okay. So if you have number like this, and then after that shifted, it is result into 0 0 1 0. So this, you are storing this number temporary at the Y location, because we are going to use at another place, or we are using it the second time. So यहाँ पे हमने पहले नंबर लिया, इसको सर्कुलेट किया और स्टोर कर दिया, और हमारा जो भी वो ई फ्लैग होगा वो अभी हमको मिल गया। तो अभी हमको पता चलेगा कि अगर ई फ्लैग 1 है तो आपको मल्टीप्लाई करना है, ई फ्लैग 0 है, so you need to no need to multiply as it is the number you need to carry forward. Okay, so now it is check if the bit is 0. So skip, if the bit is going to be 0, then you need to go to the if the skip. मतलब कि अगर वो ई फ्लैग 0 है तो आपको यहां पे जाना है, और अगर नहीं है so you need to go to this position, second one. Okay, so you can say if this is a S skip if 0, so अगर वो E flag 0 है तो आपको BUN 0 पे जाना है, और अगर नहीं है so you need to go to BUN 1. अभी 1 में क्या लिखा है वो देखिए. In 1 it's a LDAX, मतलब कि उसने दूसरा जो नंबर था मल्टीप्लायर का वो यहाँ पे लोड कर दिया. ठीक है. Then it is add P. Add P, it means there is a add to the partial product. Okay, it means जो भी partial जो previous result था, right now previous result is 0. So we can say whatever the accumulator right now is there, and accumulator is right now which number? This is a multiplier number, X number is there, 0FF. So that 0FF is going to be added with the previously stored number. So आप पहले से multiplication चालू कर रहे हो तो वो 0 के साथ add होगा. So I can say after this add P, what is the answer? That same number is going to be available in the P. Then again you will store that result into the P over there. तो आपने क्या किया, जो भी नंबर था उसी को 0 के साथ ऐड कर दिया. Now you make again your clear E. आप उसको CLE E कर रहे हो. After doing the CLE E, what you are going to do then, after that you load the multiplier, you load the multiplicand, oh sorry for that, it's a CLE, and then after it will load the multiplicand LDAX, it will shift left. Okay, then it is stored shift multiplying. If that increment counter is going to be increment counter, if it is going to be 0, then it's going to be hold. So now what we need to what we can understood over here, like अगर 1 था तो उसको हमने उसके साथ ऐड कर दिया. Now again you need to go back to the original position where you have just started the loop. Okay, so यहां तक सबको समझ में आया? yes or no, like you got the point? First of all ये बताइए पहले, यहां तक you can say up to this clear E. Have you reached to this particular position कि हमने क्या किया कि जो भी हमारा नंबर है, अगर वो नंबर 1, yes there are some question is there, please tell me. रिपीट करो, चलिए रिपीट करता हूं फिर से, देखिए ठीक है। आप ये देखिए कि ओवरऑल फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपको ये देखना है कि लाइक वेयर इज आवर ओवरऑल नंबर हैज बीन स्टोर्ड, whenever we have overall kind of the result that temporary we are storing and all the things. Okay, so what is the thing we have done? Like you can say initially you are having that that all this multiplication and all this stuff is depending on the flag E. Okay, मतलब कि जो भी आपका सेकंड आपका नंबर है, जैसे मैं यहाँ पे आपको let we will just so it will be a very bit clear. So we can say जो सेकंड नंबर है, यहाँ पे ऐसा लॉजिक है कि जो भी ये नंबर है 1 0 1 1, आई एम जस्ट मेकिंग इट आउट दिस वन बीट 1 by 1. तो अगर मैं उसको राइट शिफ्ट करूंगा और यहाँ पे एक फ्लैग है ई फ्लैग, वो ई फ्लैग कब ऑन होगा? अगर यहाँ से 1 निकल के आ रहा है तो. सो इफ दिस इज गोइंग टू बी 1, सो ई इज गोइंग टू बी 1. इफ इट इज गोइंग टू बी 0, देन ई इज गोइंग टू बी 0. ओके, सो अगर मैं ये बीट को एक बार राइट में रोटेट कर करके लेके आ रहा हूं, सो अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट ई फ्लैग इज गोइंग टू बी सेट, एंड फ्रॉम दैट ई फ्लैग आई एम गोइंग टू टेक द डिसीजन. What is the decision I need to take? I need to take the decision that if there are a 1 is going to be there, so I need to do the multiplication of that number. And if there are 0 is there, so I need to just carry forward the previous result as it is. Okay, these are the two basic things you need to keep in mind. Now coming back to the original program, we can say, coming back to that program, we can say it is going to be started like this one. Okay, initially it will be like, it will starting with the origin 100. It will just take the load y, मतलब कि जो सेकेंड नंबर था हमारा 13 वाला, ओके, 10 11 सॉरी 12 वाला जो था, जो हम यहाँ पे 13 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 12 कर रहे हैं ना, सॉरी 13 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 11 we are doing 11. So 11 I can say b. So what I will take first, I will take a y in my, yes, I will take y in my accumulator. Okay, अभी मैं उसको क्या करूंगा, I will rotate it right, or I can circulate it right. So if I do the circulate right, so whatever the last number is there, it will come to a. Okay, so I can say that whatever the last digit is there, now it is with me in the flag, and I need to take the decision accordingly. और अभी जो भी नंबर है मेरे पास, आफ्टर डूइंग दिस सर्क्यूलेट, दैट नंबर अगेन आई एम गोइंग टू बी स्टोर एट द सेम लोकेशन. क्यों? क्योंकि जो रिमेनिंग नंबर है वो दूसरे मल्टीप्लिकेशन के स्टेज पे काम आएगा. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम स्टोरिंग इट ओवर हियर टेम्पररी. ओके, नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू टेक द डिसीजन दैट इफ योर beat, whatever your e beat is there, if it is going to be 0, then it is going to be go with the this particular we can say if there is a 0, then it need to skip the next line. So skip at 0 if the enable bit is going to be 0 over there. So अगर SZE लिखता हूं और अगर वो enable है वो 0 हो रहा है, तो वो कहां पे जंप करेगा? It is going to be jump to the next line. But अभी तो मेरे केस में अभी तो यहाँ पे क्या नंबर है मेरे पास? 11. It means I am having a 1 0 1 1 is there, so I can say my last digit is 1. So it's not going to skip to the 1, it's not going to skip to the 0, but it is going to become to the next line. And next line में क्या लिखा है? आपको ब्रांचिंग करना है, आपको सब रूटीन कॉल करना है. कौन सा? जो bun equal to 1 पे लिखा हुआ है. So 1 कहां पे लिखा हुआ है? Which is mentioned over here. ठीक है, तो अभी ऐसा होगा ना कि आप जब if or else करते हो ना कि if this, so call this program. If 0, then call this program. So same stuff. अगर 1 है तो यहाँ पे जाएगा, 0 है तो कुछ और जगह पे जाएगा. That we are going to discuss later on. But अभी 1 है मेरा बीट, तो मुझे क्या करना है? Now I need to load the x number. जो फर्स्ट मल्टीप्लिकेंट था उसको मैं यहाँ पे लोड कर रहा हूँ. So f that I am going to take it over here. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add with the P. Now P क्या है मेरे पास? It's an initial 0, मतलब कि blank है, कुछ भी नहीं है, 0 0, all the 8 bits are 0. मैं क्या करता हूँ, जो भी नंबर है उसको उसी के साथ ऐड कर देता हूँ. Okay, so I'm doing this stuff. It is a meaning of that I have done this first multiplication. If you have gone to this stuff, so I have done this first stage. Like आप देखिए, अगर यहाँ पे 1 है तो जो भी आंसर था वही सेम यहाँ पे आ रहा है. So I can say I have added this number with the 0 and I'm getting my first temporary result. Okay, so जो same number था वो अभी मुझे मिल गया. ठीक है, अभी मैं क्या करूंगा, going to the next. So I have reached to this particular stuff and I'm just added this number and store it into the same location. और उसको मैं फिर से कहाँ store कर रहा हूँ, टेम्पररी उसी जगह पे, ताकि जब मैं नेक्स्ट बीट का यूज करूं और उसका जो एडिशन हो वो मुझे P में ही ऐड करना है. सो आई कैन से P इज योर टेम्पररी पार्शियल प्रोडक्ट यू हैव. ओके, देन आई विल मेक CLE. देन व्हाट आई विल डू, I will again LDA X. Whatever the LDA X is there, that I'm going to load over here. Then I will make shift left. I will make it shift left. So what I will do, again, if I make it with a shift left, then what it will do? What it's going to be do over there, that when you are making it a shift left, then whatever your carry is there, like previously it is a 1 0 1 1. तो 1 तो यहाँ पे आ गया था E फ्लैग में, और E फ्लैग अभी मैंने क्या कर दिया यहाँ पे, देखिए 0. So if that E flag 0, so what is going to be do at the shift left over here? Now you are having the number 1 0 1 0 you have. Okay, so this is the overall stuff you have after doing this CIL. यहाँ पे CIR किया था आपने, राइट साइड शिफ्ट किया था, अभी क्या कर रहे हो, लेफ्ट साइड शिफ्ट. And what you are doing, that the same number you are storing again at the place of the X. आपने 1 0 1 0 है वो स्टोर कर दिया, कहां पे, शिफ्ट मल्टीप्लिकेंट ऑन दी X number. Now you are increment your CTR. Okay, whatever your counter is there, counter is going to be this one -8. Okay, आप क्या कर रहे हो, now you increment, it means now you need to go with the next one and you are again making the loop. Where is the loop we have? Loop is going to be over here. So again you are going to loop. अभी आप क्या कर रहे हो, फिर से CLE कर रहे हो, अभी देखिए क्या होगा. नाउ ओके, नाउ अगेन यू विल चेक. फिर से आप CLE 0 किए, ठीक है, तो अभी आप फिर से Y को आपकी सिस्टम में लोड कर रहे हो. ठीक है, यहाँ पे जो नंबर था उसको फिर से लोड किया. अभी Y का नंबर क्या है, ये रहा आपका Y नंबर 1 0 1 0. So if you are having a 1 0 1 0, then what you can do when you are doing this CIR, obviously that your digit is going to be 0, so that we can say now this BUN is not going to be executed, but it is going to be executed BUN 0. Okay, and when the BUN 0 return, BUN 0 is written over here, और वो क्या कर रहा है, देखिए सिर्फ BUN 0 पे जैसे आए वो क्या करेगा, X को लोड करेगा, डायरेक्टली जो भी उसका नंबर है उसको लेफ्ट उसको शिफ्ट करेगा, स्टोर इट एट द अदर प्लेस, and it's going to be just increment that CTR and the multiplication is going to be take place. So simple यहाँ पे ऐसा stuff है कि like आप जो भी यहाँ पे इंस्ट्रक्शन कर रहे हो, आप 1 by 1 उसको शिफ्ट करो, उसको फिर से स्टोर करो. अगर वो 1 आता है तो ये लूप में जाएगा, अगर 0 आता है तो वो सिंपली शिफ्ट ही करेगा. Simple, it is going to shift at once and it's going to be just go to the original loop position. Okay, so this is the overall stuff which is going to be added in your actual number and overall loop is going to be executed. And once this increment is going to be returned to the 0, so that overall stuff is going to be end, and whatever that continuously this P is going to be added, it's getting actually in your particular register, and you are directly getting the I can say stored result in the P. Have you got my point? Yes or no? First of all, समझ में आया नहीं आया? This is overall clean and kind of the we can say overall program is there, clean program is there. Have you got my point? Yes or no? First of all, any, first of all let me will go with the question, yes or no, yes yes yes, ये सेम ही चीज कर रहा है। अगर 1 आता है तो ये 1 के साथ ही ऐड करो, नहीं आता है तो क्या करो, सिंपली उसको सर्कुलेट करो। तो आप दो चीज देखिए, आपको जब भी आप कर रहे हो, लाइक वेन एवर यू डूइंग द मल्टीप्लीकेशन, आप क्या कर रहे हो मल्टीप्लीकेशन पे, ध्यान से देखिए। अगर 1 आ रहा है तो जो नंबर था प्रीवियस, जो प्रीवियस नंबर था उसके साथ आपको एडिशन करना है। लेकिन किसका एडिशन करना है, इसको शिफ्ट करने के बाद जो भी नंबर है उसका एडिशन करना है। ठीक है, तो पहले हमने क्या किया कि पहले हमने जो 0 0 प्रीवियसली जो टेम्पररी रिजल्ट था 8 टाइम्स 0 जो नंबर था हमारे पास, जो पी का नंबर था, उसको हमने क्या किया, वी हैव एडेड विद दिस नंबर। बाद में क्या कर दिया, जो भी ये रिजल्ट आया, जो भी ये रिजल्ट आया उसको हमने क्या कर दिया, 1 बिट शिफ्ट। ये जो पूरा रिजल्ट था उसको हमने 1 बिट लेफ्ट साइड शिफ्ट कर दिया। तो अगर जो हमारा नेक्स्ट नंबर है, अगर जो हमारा नेक्स्ट नंबर 0 आता है, अगर जो हमारा नेक्स्ट नंबर 0 आता है तो क्या करना है, आपको वो नंबर को सिर्फ अगेन शिफ्ट करना है, लेकिन प्रीवियस के साथ एडिशन नहीं करना है। आपको अगर 0 है तो शिफ्ट करते जाइए, अगर 1 है तो जो शिफ्ट किया हुआ नंबर है वो उसके साथ ऐड करते जाइए। तो जैसे ही शिफ्ट किया तो क्या हुआ, ये नंबर इसके साथ ऐड हुआ। अगर 1 आया तो, अगर 0 आया तो क्या हुआ, सिर्फ इसको, ये नंबर को आपको शिफ्ट करना है, लेकिन 0 के साथ एडिशन करोगे तो आपको सेम नंबर मिलेगा। तो क्या होगा, दैट इज यू नीड टू शिफ्ट 1 बिट। तो आपका जो नंबर था उसको आपने 1 बिट शिफ्ट किया, लेकिन एडिशन नहीं किया, सिर्फ शिफ्ट किया। और अगर 1 आया तो जो शिफ्ट किया हुआ नंबर है उसको आपको प्रीवियसली जो रिजल्ट था उसके साथ एडिशन किया। तो पहले ये दो एडिशन हो गए, बाद में शिफ्ट होगा। अगर 0 है तो कुछ मल्टीप्लीकेशन नहीं होगा, बट अगर 1 है तो शिफ्ट किया हुआ नंबर प्रीवियस रिजल्ट के साथ इट्स गोइंग टू बी एडेड। ओके, सो इस तरह से सोचिए कि लाइक पहले नंबर था, अगर वो नंबर में 0 आ रहा है तो आपको सिर्फ शिफ्ट ही करना है। अगर 1 आ रहा है तो यू कैन से इफ देयर आर अ 1 then you need to add then shift, if 0 then only shift, if 1 then add and then shift. So if you just going to recall this particular stuff and in this particular flow chart, so now automatically you can get the idea. Sorry for that. So this is the last program of our arithmetic and logic, but you need to keep kind of the revise for this for the 2 to 3 times, then and then you will get the idea that what this overall program is all about. Okay, we have 5 minutes of time. Just try to look it out in the kind of the free time. If you have, when we have the next lecture, we will check. We have the next lecture I think on the Friday. So up to that time, about this multiplication, just think about that program in the recorded lecture. ये कैलेंडर में आपके होगा ही रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर में। देखिए, नहीं समझ में आता तो हम क्या करेंगे, हम फिर से मल्टीप्लिकेशन वाले प्रोग्राम से चालू करेंगे एंड देन वी विल गो बैक टू द फोर्थ चैप्टर। इज इट ओके विथ एवरीवन, यस और नो? ये पीपीटी ऑलरेडी वहां पे है सुमंत, आप कैनवास में जाइए, गो टू द कैनवास और वहां पे फाइल्स में ऑलरेडी दिस ऑल पीपीटी आर देयर। सुमंत, from canvas you need to click on files, and in files there are the lecture notes are there, so this all ppt are available over there, you can check it from that. Okay, so everybody write down your enrollment number and name and then you can leave. Today I will not ask for the summary because the time is less and you need to revise this stuff also. Any question in 4 minutes you can ask it quickly, but just I'm requesting just go through this particular video lecture so you will get the better idea. And if it is not clear, then we will discuss it on the next lecture. After writing your enrollment number and name, you can go. Okay, have a good day. Bye bye.
हेलो सर, हेलो।
बोलिए हार्दिक।
हाँ सर, नया एनरोलमेंट नंबर लिखना है को पुराना?
एनरोलमेंट नंबर लिखो। हाँ, अभी एनरोलमेंट नंबर लिखो, डोंट राइट रोल नंबर, एनरोलमेंट नंबर लिखिए।
नया जीटीयू का आया वो ना?
हाँ, वो नया जीटीयू का एनरोलमेंट नंबर लिखिए।
ओके ओके ओके
ओके, डन।